So it's your boy, Miss Mastermind, Pondeblocktv. Yeah, people, we headed to Atlanta to feature Chef Monique Barrow. You know, say young chef in Atlanta, Beijing at that, doing her thing. You gotta sit down with her, follow around. Made that real 2018 Pondeblocktv thing. Right, Lucy?
Yeah.
So stay tuned. You can pull up at the hotel. You can get a little car. Just watch it. You want it rough out here, so 2018 Pondeblocktv, next level. Luda.
Thank you for choosing Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport.
Yeah, we got the car now. We're ready to take on Atlanta. You know, we had to keep with the color code. That's part of the reasons we get this one here. So, you know, Pondeblocktv is red and black. Getting it. Look, even my watch red and black. Man, here we go. Ooh, check out the bathroom. Nice little. Ooh, fancy. No, in Barbados, don't really get the luxury of setting up with one gun and thing. So be good at when you come in different countries and they give you luxury. I don't like that's something else that you're not, right? So it's good. It's relaxing. My girl like it now. She's a gun man. She's a bad man. Alright, so we at the Waffle House here in Atlanta. Got my tea. So we're going to Chef Moe. Chef Monique. The reason why we're here, we're going to check her after we're done here. So as you may know, it's your boy DJ Mix Mastermind from Pondeblocktv. And we are here in Atlanta, you know, kind of far away from home, but we're here for a reason, and that reason is Chef Monique Barrow. A lot of you may not know her, well, you will know her right now. Fellow Bajan, just like myself, making moves, but in the US of A, Atlanta, Georgia at that. So flew all the way down here to cover this motivational journey of a young lady from Barbados. So, without further ado, Monique Barrow. So people, as I told you, we have Monique here, and we're just going to start off with the questions. So
Yes.
Monique, let the people know a little bit about yourself. By first, you can start by your age.
I am 30 years of age. I was born and raised in Barbados, St. Joseph. Yeah, I am a country girl, and I lived there practically most of my life, and then I moved to the US in 2008, December of 2008. So that's where my journey really began. And then I got here in Atlanta, and it wasn't really planned, so to speak. It was just a last minute spirit of the moment. I want to leave, and that was it.
Okay, so when you left Barbados, you really didn't have a plan, you said. So were you actually a chef before you left?
Yes, I was a chef at the Hilton Barbados, and I was there when it first opened. But being in a place like Barbados, I love my home, but at the same time, it was like you can only get as far as you can. So my objective was to see if I can go somewhere else, a foreign country, so to speak, and pursue my culinary dream. That was the objective. So when I left Barbados, I actually had filled out a couple forms to go to some colleges, being Le Cordon Bleu Atlanta and Johnson and Wales. And while moving here, I got the call. All this in the spirit of the moment. I got the call from Le Cordon Bleu Atlanta that I had got in, so it worked out perfectly. And I moved here December of 2008. I started my semester of Le Cordon Bleu in March of 2009, and I just kept rolling from there.
Yeah, so with all stories, it doesn't actually go straight cut. Like you made the move and then it was straight success from there.
Right.
Name some of like the obstacles that you had to endure before you could get to being your title right now,
Right.
which is Chef Moe.
Whew. Them obstacles. Let me talk about those things. So, on my move here, it wasn't, a lot of people they see me now and think that I have just had the silver spoon or had an easy journey. It wasn't that easy. There was times when I really wanted to give up. There was times when I basically was in a financial situation because my parents and my family, they put together whatever money they could at the time to help, along with me getting a student loan, to help me fulfill my dream, or to at least start it, or whatever the case is. After that, it was like, all right, they did enough. I'm basically on my own. So with that being said, then it was me looking for jobs. At that time, I didn't even have my paperwork ready yet. So I didn't have I had my student visa, but I didn't have a work visa. So there was times when the school was helping me out. I was working without a work visa at that point in time, but they were still willing to let me do hours in order to get some kind of financial aid. Then there was me finally being able to get an apartment, and there was nights when my power get cut off in the winter because I had a choice. It was either the power or the water, or the power and the rain. So it was a lot of things that people didn't know. There's also things that I didn't even probably let my family know till lately, because everybody thought that I had it so easy. There was times when I had been evicted under different living situations, not on my own, but living with other persons. There was also times when I could have possibly became homeless until I met my daughter's father, and he kind of took me in and helped me in terms of housing. He was more of a friend than a companion. So he gave me housing, and he would help me out and whatever the case is, if I needed a ride and whatnot. Then I met another chef that I was working with, and he did something really great, which I think that he's just a perfect human being for it, because I know nobody else would do it. And that was when I was working that job at a restaurant called Butthead Bottle Bar. I was working there for like almost a year for free. Like, I was just getting my hours and stuff like that. And I came up to the office, And all of my hours and all of my wages, he saved them up, the time and everything, and he kept them and give me one lump sum check. And they ain't got much people that would do that.
No.
So he will always be a part of my life. He will always be my friend. He will always be my mentor. Him and I are still friends up to this day. And his name is Ian, Chef Ian. And he's very close with my family because even he attended my graduation, him and one of the chefs that I was working for as well, just as moral support because they knew what I was going through. Everybody else didn't know. My friends didn't know. There's people that I met along the way, total strangers. One of my friends, she's also my daughter's godmother now, Christina, and her husband, they know me from nowhere. They were from Louisiana, and they saw that I was going through a struggle, and there was times that they host me too, and they didn't know me, but they didn't ask me for nothing. So it's all of these people that everybody don't know about, and to see me here today and don't understand that I had so many people play a part in this and where I am today, and it wasn't just me hitting a strike of luck or me just being good at something. It was all these little things, all these obstacles that I had to overcome in order to get where I am.
So from then till now, how did because you were featured on Chop, how did that come about?
Oh, Chop was because of they saw there was this thing that he did in Atlanta. What was it called? It was called Atlanta Food Rave by this guy called Tony Rouse. What he does with, in Atlanta is he seeks out different chefs, and at the time I was still working at Buckhead Bottle Bar, and he asked me to come into it was just like a neighborhood friendly competition, and he did a video of me and whatnot, and we did the competition, but we didn't really understand, we was just being friendly. We didn't understand who was winning or what the prizes was, whatever the case is. But I guess at that time there was some scouts from Chop at the event.
Oh, okay.
And I did not know. And when I left Buckhead Bottle Bar a couple months after that, I went to Murphy's in Virginia Highland. They were looking out for, they kept sending me emails. And then the same Chef Ian, he was like, Mo, I told him about it, and he said, well, Mo, you should go for it. And I said, I ain't too sure about this, these game shows and whatever. At this time, all of my stuff was finished. And he said, no, you go for it. And I called him and I denied. I was like, I'm not ready to do the show. They flew out. They had interviews in Atlanta already done. They flew back from New York and came to the restaurant the day that I was at work and filmed me there because they wanted me on the show. I didn't go seeking them. They came to me. And then I did everything there at the restaurant within that daytime period. They did a short filming so that they could have a storyline or whatever. And then they went from there. And they told me, get on the next flight, train, whatever, and get to New York to do competition. So that's how I got to Chop.
Okay. Well, that in itself is a big achievement. Regardless if you won or you didn't,
Right.
That in itself is a big achievement because at 30 years old, at that time you must be was like 25.
25, yeah, around
Yeah.
that age.
So at 25 and be at that level, around the chefs who may be like way older than you.
Right.
You know what I mean? To be competing, and then a lot of people at that time didn't know that you was from Barbados. So, I see that as a big achievement, and I see that as a big motivation for like younger people.
Right.
So much that we flew out here to cover you for this, to like, show like other people in Barbados that be watching this, like, you could do something if you think about it, like, because I come from Barbados too, and I left because I knew to get the things that I see people got on TV, like, it would take me forever to get in Barbados.
Home.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was more faster, and we got like some natural talents and stuff,
Right.
which would push us, right?
Right.
And you could also say, well, living here in Atlanta is like different struggles because Atlanta got a lot of history. I see like this whole place as a big historic place. Got a lot of history to this place, and is going to be even more difficult as a black woman. On top of the schooling and everything, is more difficult to me, I feel, as a black woman, along with coming from a different country. Here is like double the wall to go through to get to where you are now.
It is.
Where you could, like, when we walk into the restaurant, you know, everybody got so much respect for you and what you do and how you work.
Yeah.
It's like amazing to see, even at your age, because you're even younger than me. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing that we seen here with you. And
thank you.
You could let the people know, like, we seen you on more TV.
Oh.
Being like is NBC.
Well, for you guys, it will probably be NBC, but that is here CBS 46.
Yeah.
But it changes it, and then for locals who don't have it subscribed, it will be called Peachtree TV. So it shows up as a lot of different channels, I guess. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, so and people seen that because we was at Waffle House, and then we was talking to the lady, and the lady was like, "Why you here?" And we was telling her why you here, and then she was like, "Oh, I seen her on the news." It's like, yeah, that's her. We're gonna see her now, and we were here with you for the whole day. I know that you had your daughter. She was like ill.
Yeah.
So we couldn't really do it as how we wanted to because we're gonna follow you around today. But we do as much as we can to bring to y'all. And it's been a great day today because like we was here from morning time. And we had soup. It's a nice homemade soup. We chatted a little bit and then we went to the job, which is downtown. And we met some of the staff. I've been here before, and I met the other staff from the Buckhead one.
Yeah. And
one thing I can say about the staff and everything, they're very polite, and you know they cater to you as you should for like.
And they're very respectful.
Yeah, we're very respectful. That's one thing about this place in the whole. You meet a lot of people who are really like respectful, and you know, and that's good. You don't really see that much in the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? So tell us about some celebrities you met.
Oh, wow.
In this business.
I have met, let me go down the list. I have met Young Jeezy, Denzel Washington, Zaza Pachulia. He was also one of my bosses when I was working at Bottle Bar. He plays for the Golden State Warriors now.
Okay.
Devontae Freeman, 2 Chainz. Who else have I met? One of the girls from Black Ink, Duchess. I've met Caesar. I've met Ink Draw from another reality show. The Housewives of Atlanta. I've met the cast there. When I was in Buckhead location at downtown, I met the, what's it called? Hip Hop Atlanta, Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta cast, which involved T.I.'s daughter, Lil Wayne's daughter, Chad Moss, aka Moe. And it's been a lot of them that I've met.
And you cook for all these people?
Cook for all these people, yep.
Wow.
So it's good, you know. And the funny part about it is that they don't even know it's you. When you stand there and you ask, hey, how is your meal, or check up with them, they don't know it's you, you know, or me and my team rather, I should say. So it's good to know that you could put a smile on people's faces and they eat and think that is, you know, the best thing in the world. That
is great too, because as you can see, she's very humble, and you know, it isn't like, you know, my God, met all these people. You know, I find a lot of Bajan people are like that though. Like we see celebrities all the time, and it is like
because you want them to feel like people. Right? Yeah. You don't want them to feel like, oh my God, a star truck? Can I take a photo? You can't constantly do that because these are people that have everyday lives and would like to be treated as that. So you can't do it. I think the only celebrity we had that I had an encounter with, which was weird, was probably Usher. He's not a people person. He's just a no, he's a celebrity. You know, that was the only one. He's not very there. He's like, you're there, I'm here kind of person. But everybody else, you know, it has been pretty respectful. I treat them with the same respect, and you know, that's how it that's how it was for me. I met Diamond that used to rap for Crime Mob. She was very, very nice. She was very, very nice. I actually came out to her table and I spoke to her. She was extremely nice. So it was very cool. It's been a nice ride.
So there's any celebrities that you would like to cook for?
If there's one celebrity I would like to cook for, there has to be a movie star celebrity or just
Anybody.
it would have to be Anthony Bourdain, and he's a chef. And probably Eric Rapport. He's another chef that owns a restaurant called Le Bernardine. But if it's an actor or actress, it would probably have to be Angela Bassett.
And what tell us a meal that you would prepare if you had to like cook for these people?
I don't even know, but I know it would be
for
Bajan.
one of them. Yeah, for one of them. Just tell us what you would cook for like one of them. The full course.
Oh, wow. I probably would pick Anthony Bourdain, just because he might possibly have a more open mind to the food and be a little bit more receptive. And it would have to be something of Bajan background, but I would, obviously make it look put a little bit more finesse to it. So I would probably give him my take on our national dish, flatfish and cuckoo. That would be one of the things I would do. And make probably a black pudding and sauce, and I would refine that as well. Make it a little bit more intricate, different. Use different plating skills to do that. And if we had to do a dessert to finish off the meal, the last thing I would probably do is some kind of coconut bread with our rum and raisin ice cream, because nobody can make rum and raisin ice cream like Barbados. I can't find the other place in the world that got a rum and raisin ice cream like Barbados.
So how does it feel to be a female in this male-dominated industry?
It feels great. I can admit that. No, but seriously, it feels good. It really does feel good. It feels good to gain the respect from men and not for them to see you, especially in this industry, as weak. Because women are very emotional. And working in this industry is a lot of things we have to deal with. Even health-wise, you feel crampy, it's that time of the month. Everybody's like, it's that time of the month, don't mess with her. But that's not the case. The guys are very respectful. I find that. But you have to give respect in order to get the respect that you deserve. And you also have to show the authority in order for them to give you that respect too. So it's just a mutual thing, and you can't buckle down, or you can't bend down and just think that, all right, if something happens that day, you may just have a nervous breakdown and not be able to handle it. Me personally, if I feel some kind of way about something, I got a strong face throughout the shift, and by the time I'm done, I didn't really walk in and cry, because I'm a crier. So they didn't know that I was crying because I coming out with my eyes red, but they never see it. That's the thing. And that's something I want all females to know. No matter what job they have, what industry they're working in, you gotta put on a face. And that's your best way to win. Put on a face. Even if your feelings hurt, suck it up and move on, because they're not going to see you as the woman that you want them to see you as if you don't show them, and you have to be able to execute these things in order for them to trust you and trust you with their businesses. They're not going to do it if they see you as an emotional wreck or a liability. So you have to become one of the guys, so to speak. I'm one of the guys, but I'm still me, and I think that is why it works out for me personally so well. I don't ever have an issue. I mean, I've been tested, but I don't think that I have an issue stating my authority or being a part of the guys. You know what I mean? It's fun.
So when we was here before, you had one position. Now your position changed?
Yes. When I was in Buckhead, when you guys were here before, that was like last year. So I was the sous chef in Buckhead. But during that time period, things had changed, and I was promoted to executive chef at the downtown location. So yeah, that was a big jump for me. I was working hard, not I can't say that I wasn't pushing towards it, but I was working even more diligently for them to notice that I deserve the position. And I think that they saw it. I think that they took the leap, not as a risk, but they took the leap knowing that I would take the position seriously and I do my job well as a sous chef, and they know that I will continue to do it better now in that position. And I was actually very surprised to hear it. My boss come out and say, we're promoting you, and it wasn't even in a matter of, all right, it's going to be in a month. It was like, oh, in 2 weeks. So I needed to be ready. I didn't know everything at the time, but I knew enough to carry me and do what I needed to do. So I'm still gradually learning that role. It's not much different to a sous chef, but again, you still have, there's a lot of other little things that you think that you wouldn't have to pay attention to that you have to do now. You know.
And last question. How difficult is it to do all of this and still be a mommy?
Stressful. I mean, I have people to help me out, so I can't say it. There's when it could be overwhelming. Don't get me wrong, but you know, Malia's dad is very, very supportive in the fact that if I need him to be there for her, he's always there for her. And then there is my family, even though they're abroad, if they know anybody in Atlanta, or my mom and my sister would take time off from work and even come up, you know, as their vacation, they would take time out and come up and help me. My mom has done it more than once. My sister has done it more than once. If I need help, I ask. I have some very loving friends, Malia's godparents, that help me out. And they just made my life a lot easier. And my daughter is not a struggle. She is, I don't know, she's a blessing. Malia is not a whiny child. You know, she misses me, but she understands. And I think that's a blessing. I don't know if it was instilled in her that she understands so young that mommy works to make sure she's alright. You know, it's tough not being there for her every move, but eventually that would change. You know, as soon as I get settled into this role and everything is running as smoothly as I want it to be, I bet my life that it will be dedicated to her every second. But I've learned to balance both of them. Sometimes dealing with people at work is like dealing with your children, so it don't really make much of a difference. But the guys at work also make it a little bit easier for me, knowing my position and knowing that I have to raise her, you know. So it's just like what did they say? It takes a village to raise a child, and that's where I'm at with it. It takes a village, and that's my village, my workmates, my colleagues, my friends, and her dad, and my family. They take the time out to help, so yeah, it works out. It does.
Well, people, there you have it. Chef Monique, Belgian Pride.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? This is our Belgian Pride.
100%.
And people, if you are ever in Atlanta, come down to Dantana's downtown.
That's right.
And you give Chef Monique a shout out. She will make sure that you have that increased level of satisfaction in terms of the food catered for you. You understand? Sure. This is your boy, DJ Mix Mastermind, alongside Monique Barrow, Belgian Pride. 100% Belgium. Block, right. Pondeblocktv TV.
Pondeblocktv. That was. Yay!